Welcome, my name is Gary Jones from switchontolighting.com. I am going to talk to you about dimmer switches. Dimmer switches are a great way to control the amount of light appropriate for the time of day or to set the lighting mood in a room. When choosing the correct dimmer switch, you need to ascertain the type of lighting you want to control. It is important that you match the correct dimmer with your lighting so that you can avoid costly errors that might lead to the malfunction of the dimmer switch or even the light fixture. There are various types of dimmer available, including intelligent dimmers, touch dimmers, trailing edge dimmers and remote control dimmers. Most dimmer switches are two-way. That means that you can switch a light from two different positions on the same lighting circuit. A good example of this would be a stairs and landing light, where you can switch the same light off from the first floor landing or from the downstairs hallway. However, you cannot have two dimmer switches on the same circuit. One of the switches must be a standard light switch. Two-way dimmers have an on-off knob that you push and turn to select the appropriate lighting level. Intelligent dimmers can dim both common tungsten incandescent light bulbs as well as a variety of low voltage and main voltage halogen bulbs that are now commonly found around most homes. You need to bear in mind though a few rules when choosing this type of dimmer for your light. Each dimmer has a maximum and a minimum load which you must never exceed. For example, if you have a chandelier with 6 60-watt candle bulbs, you will need to fit a dimmer that can handle 360 watts. So you would select a 400 watt or a 1000 watt dimmer, as both of these would be within the loading range. Most dimmers have a minimum rating of 60 watts. So if you want to dim a single 40 watt light bulb, you may need to consider upgrading the bulb to a 60 watt, and then you can always dim the light down to your required level once you have installed your new dimmer switch. If you have a chandelier with 12 60-watt candle bulbs in, for example, you will need to install a dimmer capable of handling 720 watts. So in this instance, you would choose a 1000-watt dimmer switch. This rule changes though if you have halogen lighting. The two main types of halogen lighting are usually low voltage 12 volt that operates via a transformer, or mains halogen lights with GU10 or G9 halogen bulbs. If you have mains halogen lights, you simply need to derate the dimmer switch by 50%. For example, you may have 6 50-watt halogen light bulbs in your kitchen ceiling, which would total 300 watts. You would then need to select a dimmer rated at double that wattage, i.e. 600 watts or greater. We would recommend that you choose a 1000-watt dimmer, which would be capable of switching 500 watts of halogen light once you have derated it by 50%. And this would be more than adequate to dim the 300 watts of halogen light in your kitchen. The same rule also applies with low voltage 12 volt halogen lighting. However, you might have a certain type of transformer that cannot easily be dimmed. Most electronic transformers can be dimmed using the standard intelligent dimmer switch, but you must make sure that the transformer you have installed has dimmable capability before you wire a dimmer switch to it. As a general rule, if you have a heavy wire wound transformer, the intelligent dimmer normally dims this type of lighting fixture. However, you might find that this type of light is not dimmable, and in this instance you would need to refer back to the supplier of the light fixture to check. Touch dimmers can switch all the same lighting loads as the intelligent dimmer switches, with the exception of the heavy wire wound transformer type. Touch dimmers operate by simply touching the faceplate with your finger, then removing it once you've achieved your required lighting level. These switches are normally a plain simple plate. Remote control dimmers can switch all the same lighting loads again, with the exception of the heavy wire wound transformer type as before. Remote dimmers operate in conjunction with a handheld remote control unit, which allows you to set and preset your preferred lighting levels. You can also operate this type of dimmer switch by touching the faceplate, as you can with touch dimmers. Thank you for listening. My name is Gary Jones from switchontolighting.com. For a free email transcript of this video, go to www.switchontolighting.com/guides.